Hello everybody, I am Xiaofei. Today I'm here again with Huang Dashan, Wade. We've gone on, what, so many trips together?
So many.
Yeah, we've went tubing and rafting and camping videos together. And he also has a Delica camper van that he built himself. And how much did you spend on yours?
I spent about half of what you did.
Right, so I spent 280,000, he spent 140,000. So in this video, we're going to talk about what the differences are, because actually he has all the same functions I do, right?
Basically,
Yeah,
yes.
you have a bed, a kitchen, and electric power.
The first half of that 140,000 is pretty easy to figure out where it went. That went to your camera system.
On Wade's car, he doesn't have a camera system. He doesn't have a basket in the back. Also, he has less battery capacity than I did. So that's about 70,000 that I spent. So there's still 70,000 in savings here for the exact same functions. So let's figure out what we can cut costs on.
Right, you've got a much bigger battery because you're out for more days in a row than I am. My battery system lasts me for about 2 to 3 days.
And also I have more electronics because I do all this filming stuff.
All right, the first thing you notice about my car and the difference between mine and Xiaofei's is mine is a little cleaner.
Yeah, okay, so my car's a bit messy because it's my car, but also your space here is much larger.
Right, this big space was built so that we could have 2 dogs sleeping here at night. We put down a mattress for them, and then we sleep on this bed. You take these 2 things, you put this one here, and you put this one here, and it locks in there. Slide that back. There you go. All right. Then this slides up, and then this comes on top of that, and then you put your pillows. So then the dogs can sleep down here and they're totally comfortable, and we can sleep up there, and it keeps everything nice and clean. I used all plywood in making everything. I've got plywood under here. Then I used a vinyl sheet to cover that. It also covers all of my shoes, and it looks like an April poop.
Nice.
So the plywood is about 700 to 800 a sheet.
And you used 8 sheets.
And I used about 8 sheets.
Yeah, so it's the same amount of wood as I used, but his sheets are about 1/3 the cost.
The thing is that plywood is heavier.
But plywood is also, it's a bit stronger. So for what I was doing, we have to worry about, the way the grain's going and how
Right.
it can break. But for plywood, because it's the, crosshatch sheets, you don't have to worry about that. But there's some instant savings right there. He spent 1/3 of the amount as I did on wood. So there's 15,000 NT. Right there saved.
Then here's my electronics. Basically, our electronics setup is the same, except everything of mine is a little bit smaller.
Right, so I have the 2,000 watt inverter, so that adds cost.
Right, I've got a 1,000 watt inverter.
When you use higher power stuff, you also need bigger fuses, you need heavier wires, everything gets more expensive, and of course it also takes up more space. So another way to save costs is to just use a normal amount of electronics. 1,000 watts is still a lot.
It is a lot. I can run just about anything that you can think of.
Yeah, so my Datong Tianguo is only 350 watts.
Right, I can run it.
Yeah, you can run that no problem.
So there's a lot of things that you can use with 1,000 watts. 1,000 watts is huge.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So some savings right there. Here we used a plastic water jug. So this water jug was what, 2,000 NT?
No, that water jug was 200 NT. I have 2 of them.
So he has 400 NT worth of water jugs, and my water tank was 8,000 NT. Well, 6,500 plus all the fittings. I don't know if you still need the fittings.
No, I have one fitting, and it connects the 2 water jugs together and gives me 40 liters of water.
So you have a plastic jugs and use plastic fittings. I have a stainless steel tank and I use stainless steel fittings. So mine was much more expensive.
Right.
So you can immediately basically save most of that 8,000 NT. I don't like drinking out of plastic, but every person's different.
Right. Says the guy who has a big plastic water jug sitting over there on a tarp.
I sometimes have to buy water in plastic and I pour it into my stainless steel tank, so I kind of wonder what was the point. But
right.
Yeah.
And I take water from a big stainless steel tank and feed it into my plastic water jug, which then I use over 2 days. So
I try. Oh, but sometimes I like to leave water in there for like a week or more, and it still tastes fine. It still tastes great.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because it's basically, closed container of steel.
All right, so this is where the water jug comes out. I can take the top off and refill it. when I want to use the sink or when I want to use the shower to wash the dogs. I take my hose and my pump, which I already had, so that was not a cost in making my Delica. Stick them inside of this, in this tank, and then connect everything up.
The main difference here is I made sure everything was sort of like in a fixed system, and I had a extra cost with the pumps on the outside. I needed 2 pumps for my setup. Also, just a lot more bracketing and pipes required. So a little bit of cost saving there as well. My pump was 1500 NT.
I think my pump was about 700.
Yeah, so my small pump was 500.
Then we've got my kitchen set up. So we've got the refrigerator over here. This is a shorter drawer slide.
This one's the 65 centimeters. Yeah, okay.
Then here is the full size drawer slide, and it has all of my kitchen stuff in here.
So it's everything you need to go camping.
Tongs,
right?
utensils, skewers for
skewing.
Then I've got this storage space in here, which is fantastic.
So your long things.
Yeah, all my long things, because it goes all the way back to the front of that seat. It's got 2 chairs and a giant table that's about, 5 feet?
So you got basically tables, chairs, fridge, cooking utensils, and over here I see you have the stove here, right?
Yep.
Slides out from the bottom, okay?
Slides out here.
It even has a bigger sink and 2 burners compared to what I have there.
The sink was 400 NT. I found this. This is a Korean barbecue for, I believe, 6,000. This was also very expensive. This we had to buy from China. They don't sell anything like this in Taiwan. A folding sink like this, a folding bar sink, and it was over 3,000 NT.
So you have a 400 NT sink with a 3,000 NT faucet.
Yep.
Fancy. Oh, wow. It goes in all directions.
It does.
Woo. All right.
Super fancy gooseneck.
I like it.
Cutting board slides out here.
My kitchen unit was 16,000 NT, but yours, you have 6,000 plus 3,000, plus, a few extra things here, and I guess this, it probably comes out to about the same.
It's probably getting close.
Yeah, you actually have quite a big unit here.
My sink is more than double.
That sink there is really
sink.
tiny. Actually, I only use that sink for washing vegetables. I don't use it for washing dishes.
This is easy to wash dishes. I just run the tube. It goes down under here. The pump works great. I can also run the pump like Asher's with just a gravity pump. If I just throw the tube into the tank. The coolest part of this is this.
You have a windscreen.
So you slide this, and it's a great windscreen.
Nice. The one in my car is already just sunk down a bit, so it doesn't need one. This is pretty good. I see you saved about, I think about 5,000 NT here. With your wood, you've saved about 15,000 NT. That's 20,000 NT. You saved another about 8,000 NT. With your water system, you've actually saved a bit more because you don't have the shower system.
Right, I don't have a shower system, but I have the lighting. I have the same lighting that you have, except mine is slightly dimmer.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, these were only like 150, mine were like 150 NT or something. So
right.
These are 120. You've
right, those
saved another
cheap.
60 NT here.
Right.
You don't have curtains in your car?
There's 3 things that still have to be put in. I have to put in a snorkel, I have to put in curtains, and I'd like to put in a tow bar in the back.
I'm not counting your lack of curtains as savings. It's just you just haven't done it yet.
Right.
Right. Okay, but we've already come up with about 28,000 NT. We'll call it 30,000 NT because you also don't need the shower there.
And then inside, you can see the ceiling. I did a much lighter ceiling with the fan. I also have the same fan that you have.
So actually, when you talk about lights, you've already saved another 5,000 NT on lights.
You put in much bigger lights in the cabin, right?
I also have the lights on the side, and I also have a light on the front. And I also have that silly LED colorful light bar, which is really fun, yeah. All right, you ready for the awning challenge?
I'm ready for the awning challenge. I think it's a challenge I'm going to lose.
This is the 20,000 NT question. Who can set their awning up faster?
And does it matter for 20,000 NT?
Is it worth it? You decide. All right, let's go.
Go.
So I'm done there, buddy. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm almost there. Almost. Oh.
You know what? think I'll just sit under my awning. Imagine how much money you could earn with the time you're saving. Probably about 20,000 NT worth. Hey, April. You like being under the awning? Do you like being under an awning, April? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And up. And up.
He's done. All right. That was pretty good. So that's this amount of time to this amount of time. We didn't check. So as you can see, this type of awning, it's much faster to set up with one person. I think that if they were any shorter than you are, you wouldn't be able to do this by themselves.
It's also, I have not done this by myself very often. I usually have my wife or a friend to come and help me.
Right, so I often go camping alone. You always go camping with people. So let's put it back and let's take it out again to see how it would be if you had two people to do it. All right, so it's a bit more work with one person, but let's see what it's like with two people.
Okay, so this is how you do it. Pop this off, pop that off, and bring it out.
Wow, that actually worked pretty quick. I'm a little impressed.
Got that guy, we're good.
Okay, so it's a pretty good two-person awning, gotta admit. Plus, with your price, you also have walls.
Yep,
So-
also have walls, and I think it's a little bigger. I think mine's 3.2 by 3.2, I think.
Okay, so 3.2, 3.2, that's very close to 10. Mine is 2.5 by 3, that's 7.5. So you do have a bigger space. So there you have it, guys, 140,000 versus 280,000. So it immediately saved 70,000 NT by not needing a basket, as much power as I did, or a camera system. He also saved 15,000 NT by using plywood instead of real wood, 8,000 NT by using a plastic water tank, 5,000 NT, you can see he's got a big grin of savings right here, 5,000 NT on his kitchen, and 20,000 NT on his awning. And the additional savings are made up by needing less labor.
I think one of the main things is that I drew my design on a napkin several years ago. If you look at my final design, it is almost exactly the same as the original napkin drawing. Yours is completely different than what you ended up with.
Right, so yeah, so because I have a more complex design, it went through more design phases. And so there's, some of that cost, like, the wood, there's some waste in the wood that we had to cut and change it again. But yeah, so definitely complex design costs more. But for 140,000, you have an awesome camper and you can do everything you need. So,
and you also have an awesome camper and
yeah,
incredible,
man. Let's do some awesome camping.
an incredible design. And yes, we've done some awesome camping and we'll continue to do in the future.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Whose design do you like better? I will put a link at the bottom to Bevis's workshop if anybody has any questions about van building. And happy camping, everybody.
Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.
Thanks,
everybody.
This guy gets it.